Welcome back to the show. Broadway across Canada's Jagged Little Pill makes its way to Ottawa on May 30th. It's running on until June the 4th at the National Arts Centre. And of course, it's exciting for us here in Ottawa because the music of Ottawa's own Alanis Morissette is a big part of the storytelling in this particular production. A wonderful musical, and I'm joined by an ensemble cast member, and he's playing the role of Phoenix as well. Daniel Thimm joins me. Daniel, welcome. Great to have you here. Let's just start off, Daniel, talking about what the tour's been like so far. What's the response been like?
You know, it's been amazing. It's been so much fun to get to take this album, which people have such deep relationships with, and take it across the country and share it with a bunch of different types of people and this story. And yeah, it's been so much fun. It's sort of a dream.
It's not a bio-musical about Alanis Morissette, though, and I think, you know, it's important to tell that. How does her music then fit in with the storytelling?
Yes, so our screenwriter, or our playwright, Diablo Cody, who's also a fantastic screenwriter, she has woven these songs into the story so seamlessly, and these songs take on a whole new meaning than you've originally heard them. They help add to the characters, and they help give depth to the situation. And when you see it, I think it's always so fascinating to hear, you know, You Ought to Know or Ironic, and hear it maybe in a totally different way than you once heard it before.
Daniel, how would you describe this story to viewers?
Yeah, so the story, it follows an all-American family, and they're dealing with a lot of the issues that many of us deal with. It tackles identity, relationships, addiction, and we watch these characters kind of confront themselves and confront each other, all while being funny and full of love and and wonderful talent. You really get to watch these characters grow, and yeah, it's beautiful.
You play, as I said, a couple of different roles in this. You're part of the ensemble cast, but you're also playing the role of Phoenix. Let's start with the role of Phoenix. How would you describe that character?
Yeah, Phoenix is awesome. I'm currently playing him this week, and he is the love interest. He gets to come into this school as a new kid, and he meets Frankie, our lead, and they just have a romance that blossoms. And the best part about Phoenix is that he gets what I think are Alanis' best songs. He sings Ironic, Head Over Feet, and so it's so much fun. You know, you just get to have a good time, be charming, and yeah, sing that awesome music. It's awesome.
I mentioned you're also an ensemble cast member. Tell me about that particular role and how you fit into the production.
Yeah, so we are called The Conscience. Our director was really inspired by Greek mythology and Greek chorus. And so we kind of help move the story along. We dance, we sing. We're sort of in the background helping the audience understand where to look, how to feel. And yeah, it's awesome. A lot of cool dancing.
You mentioned, you know, as far as themes go, there's a lot of very serious themes in here. The opioid epidemic is part of that. You mentioned substance abuse. There's sexual violence in there. There's racial tension. All serious subjects, but all of them not necessarily tackled in the way that, you know, it's just serious, right? There is some lighter side. There is some humor within this story.
Absolutely. I remember when we first had an audience for the first time, and I was blown away by the amount of laughter that happened in that performance. You know, in the rehearsal room, you're doing it for the same people, and so you're not getting that feedback. But yeah, the audience is laughing so much. I think the way it's written, it really balances out because it is a heavy show, and it does confront a lot of important and heavy topics, but it's absolutely balanced out with laughter and love. And it's hilarious, you know, we're not taking ourselves too seriously, but at the same time, you know, we do have something to say, and we hope that the audience feels that.
Yeah, and certainly relevant today, right? And is it good to do this? Is really a modern play, isn't it? A modern production is probably a fair 100%. Description.
Yeah, it's absolutely of the time. You know, I think a lot of people aren't really aware of how many issues we tackle, and I think it's great that we do that, and I think it allows, you know, all different types of people to connect different storylines or maybe different issues that they can relate to more than others. There's sort of something for everybody, and when you watch it, you really can like find how you see it and how you see these certain issues, and it really makes you think about your relationship to those things.
What's it like being part of the cast? It's I imagine a relatively young cast. Tell me about that experience and what that's been like for you so far.
Yeah, it's been awesome. You know, it's a lot of our first national tour debuts. And as you said, like it is a lot of young people. And so there's absolutely this family vibe. Yeah, it's wonderful. I've made so many friends. You know, we travel together, we work together, and we socialize together. So it's sort of this like, it's more than a friend. It's less than a family. It's this own thing. And it's wonderful. We're having the best time. And you know, we're so blessed to be doing what we love every day and traveling, and yeah, it's awesome.
Daniel, because of these themes, has it opened up conversations, you know, around these themes when you guys are, you know, just sitting around and talking to each other?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, even in the rehearsal process, we really had to take time to discuss these things, to make sure everybody was on the same page, to make sure we were all using terms that made everyone feel comfortable. Yeah, absolutely. And it's also, you know, when we go to a city maybe where they don't respond as well, or maybe there's a moment that isn't received with as much attention or noise, it does make us think about why that is, or what could we have done better, or just discussing, you know, how that's a reflection of like the state we're in or something like that.
Yeah, and that really is, I imagine for you as an entire cast and crew, just a fascinating perspective to see, you know, what people react to or don't react to in each space that you end up performing in. Daniel, really appreciate the time, and cannot wait to have you and the entire cast and crew join us here in Ottawa at the National Arts Centre. Thanks so much for spending time with me today.
Thank you. We can't wait.
All right, looking forward to it again. That's running at the National Arts Centre from May the 30th until June the 4th. You can get all the information online.